Hello, welcome to the Nintendo Nook podcast. If you're joining us because you saw a video about Pokemon Day on this YouTube channel, I'm sorry to tell you I hate Pokemon and I hate fun, so we're not talking about any of that today. I'm kidding. Hi, my name's Planet. We do a little podcast here whenever we feel like it, which is, well, it's called a podcast, but it's really just two guys in a Discord voice call talking about shit. Anyway, hi, hello. You do that. Hi, Lauren. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Lauren and I don't hate Pokemon because this is my channel and I talk about Pokemon sometimes.
Yeah, sadly, I'm a hijacker. Uh, yeah, she doesn't actually want me here. I just kind of show up sometimes.
No.
Anyway, apparently Pokepia is like the best rated Pokemon game on Metacritic, which is extremely funny.
Yeah, I was playing it just before we started recording and I love it so far.
She was playing it so hard that I messaged her saying, "Hey, I want to start in 20 minutes," and I had to text her 30 minutes later on her actual cell phone number because she would not check Discord because she was too locked in. So that's how it's going.
I was creating a home for Onyx and I was very in depth with it.
Just to show how out of touch I am, which one is Onyx again?
It's like the rock snake that Brock had.
Oh, that, okay, and I know exactly what you're talking about now. Oh my god, the fact I forgot that tells you a lot about my Pokemon knowledge. I've played every mainline game up to the end of the 3DS and basically nothing else. I'm just not a Pokemon guy. I will say though, Pokemon Conquest and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that shit fucked. If they make another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I will be there day one. Anything else, yeah, I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry to disappoint everyone.
For those that watched my Nintendo Direct predictions video, I actually did predict a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I was a little sad that we did not get one. Honestly, like the Direct in general, now I know this isn't like the topic of the episode, but I'll throw in my thoughts anyway. I felt like the Pokemon Presents for being the 30th anniversary was a lot more low key than I was expecting. Just having Winds and Waves as the announcement was kind of, I wanna say lackluster because that's not the right term, but, like, it was surprising, I think.
What really shocks me is they didn't announce a game coming out this year because Winds and Wave is not this year.
Mhm.
They finally learned to give themselves development time. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, I thought for sure that they wouldn't miss out on the 30th anniversary year, and I said that in my video, and I'm still surprised. I'm still surprised that it's not coming out in November. And I guess we'll see. A lot of people are thinking it might be like the Arceus slot of like January, but I don't even think it's going to be that. I think this is going to be a Pokemon game that could potentially come out in like spring or summer. And that's like, it's not unheard of. And I want to stress that it's not unheard of because I actually looked through all of the release dates for all the Pokemon games because I kept hearing people say that, like, oh, it's impossible. They never do like spring or summer. It has happened. It's just been a really long time. Like, it's been like not since the 3DS era. I think it was one, I want to say, like, it wasn't even the Japanese release date, it was the US release date. And I think it was like, I think it was one of the Hoenn games, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong because I'm thinking on the back of my head.
ORAS, yeah, ORAS was like July. I remember this now
Yeah, yeah,
vividly. I don't know why it just popped in my head.
yeah.
Um,
So it's not unheard of, and honestly, if you think about it,
Look, the kids all get out of school in May.
mhm,
You know,
June.
put it in like May 20th or something, or whatever the nearest provider to that is, and you'll sell a bajillion units. And even then, when Christmas still comes, just run the ads. People will get it anyway then.
It being so tropical, I just feel like it'd be a misstep not to have it released during like late spring or into the summer. That I mean, that's not gonna have bearing, but
This reminds me, I was on another server during the presents, and I was reading back on the history, and we have like a bunch of Filipino users there for some reason. And
Mhm.
basically, that half of that chat was Philippines mentioned in all caps, and I was laughing my ass off. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked how good it looks. I'm so proud of them. They finally went from like PS1 textures to at least early PS4. I'm so proud of them. They finally learned how to make water not look like dog shit. I'm so proud of them.
I'm sure that one Miiverse guy is so happy right now.
God, Miiverse Water Guy, Mario Wii U, I think was your username. If you're listening, please contact me immediately. I need to interview you. Just the people need to hear you on the off chance you somehow find this. If you have any proof that it's you and you want to like DM me, I will. I'm world exclusive on this YouTube channel. We will talk to you because
Seriously,
you're a fucking hero.
we'd love to have you as a guest, especially with
It's kind of weird, and he's like not resurfaced anywhere in like a decade.
yeah, you would think that like especially with like the water, like it literally being called Pokemon Winds and Waves. That
Not even
maybe
like this specifically. Like Meavers just went down and he kind of just fucked off. Like you would have thought like, oh, he was known back then. You think he would have like just made like a Twitter account or something, and he'd be like a known figure. I mean, hey, maybe he doesn't want that, and you know what? I respect that.
yeah, Twitter didn't suck back then either.
Maybe he just doesn't want to forever be known as the Meverse Water Guy, and he was just happy doing the gimmick for Wii U only or something. I don't know. He's a legend anyway. We salute you. You're the only troop I will salute right now. Anyway, yeah, Winds and Waves in May 2027. That'll be real great, assuming the economy doesn't crash. Because, oh boy, $20 billion switch to because we inflated the economy by cutting off all the oil. Good work, guys.
Yeah.
We're all going to die.
Me first. Me first specifically.
Well, I don't mean like nuclear war die, to be clear. I just mean we're all going to be poor. Um, anyway, that's enough talking about geopolitics and Pokemon. We're not here for that shit. You know what we are here to talk about? That's right, that Denshin attack again, where you're like a drifting subway car on a bunch of rails and jumping around and shit that was shown at Indie World. We
Oh,
played
that
the
was
demo
so
on
cool.
Switch 2. It's the best fucking game ever made. I will be buying day one. If you have like Steam or Switch 2, please try the demo. It's so fucking good. It's actually so good. Anyway, this episode, we're going to be talking about. Here's the exact scenario I laid out when I was talking to Lauren about this. Imagine tomorrow they can't. Nintendo called you or whoever's working on it and says, "Hey, we're making a Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate, and we're adding 5 new characters as part of it. Please choose them and give us like a detailed outline on how they'd operate." And so what we're doing is basically a draft. We're gonna take turns alternating, and we're gonna pick one character we really want to see in a theoretical Switch 2 edition or Smash Ultimate, and we're gonna pitch it to each other, try and sell the other on it. And whoever sells it the most, I don't know, they get $1 billion. I don't fucking know.
Damn.
We're really just doing this for fun. We've each limited it to 5, so this episode doesn't take 20 hours to record. That'd be nice. Or 20 hours to edit more properly. We don't know what each other's picked. We've written down like some details of what we want to pitch, and we're just gonna go by ear and have some fun with it. Because the world is on fire, everything sucks. Let's just chill.
Let's vibe.
Do I actually think a Switch 2 edition Smash Ultimate is going to happen? No. To be very clear, I do not think this is actually going to happen. This is not like a prediction. But if they did do one, they would probably just add like a fighter's pass as part of it or something. It makes too much sense. Would be really interesting though if they're doing it, but Mr. Air Riders, who just finished that game, is like not involved. And it's like a test run for whoever's going to be like the new, like the protege to take over after he retires, or more accurately when he dies, because that man's never retiring. He's too much of a workaholic.
True.
That right? That man's never gonna like. He might stop with Smash Bros. But he's never gonna stop making video games.
I feel like he has too many passion projects. He wanted to make Kirby Air Riders so bad that he just made it. Like he just made it because he wanted to. And I feel like he has a lot of ideas like that.
And like one of those directs, he's like, the bunch of executives like, "Hey, ain't this too similar to Mario Kart?" And he's like, "No, trust me, bro. I got this." And they're like, "Yeah, sure, man, have fun." They basically, at this point, I think you could ask for like any IP, and they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead, have fun." Which is to say, Mr. Sakurai, please, for the love of God, can you make a Pikmin game? I want to see what you do with it.
You would probably make a really good Pikmin game.
I mean, it's not really that hard, but it's like the one thing Miyamoto is actually still involved in. That shit's his baby. No one is going to touch that. The only reason that series still gets games is pretty much because he likes making them. I mean, I assume they're gonna still make them after him because it's like so ingrained at this point, and four sold pretty well. It actually sold like 50 of the current series sales. Pikmin 4 is like 60% of them or something. It's actually ridiculous. It turns out when the internet hypes up your sequel enough, you will get people to buy it.
True.
Which is to say, the day Half-Life 3 gets announced, Valve is going to make so much fucking money, Gabe might be able to buy like a 20th yacht. Anyway, we're going to talk about Smash Bros. Characters and fun fighter concepts because honestly, yeah, we feel like it. So who wants to go first? That's the real question.
I'm gonna go first because I
I'm
have a
scared.
disclaimer at the top of mine. I mean, you can go first after if you want, because this isn't actually my first pick, but I have something that I would like.
No, what we're gonna do for the format is like we're gonna alternate. We're gonna alternate. We're just gonna go. You do one, I do one. You do one, I do one. Like that. That was my game
Okay,
plan.
okay. So, but this is like I would pitch to Nintendo, not this character, but more so a lack of character. Because you see, I go to conventions. I go to conventions
No,
every year. And you know what has an oversaturation at conventions that doesn't need any more merchandise, any more representation, no more Fortnite skins, no MiHoYo characters guaranteed in my version of this fighter pass because I don't want to see it anymore. I'm done. I see it enough as it is, and I just feel like I need to set the record straight for Nintendo in this hypothetical scenario and say we are not adding any MiHoYo characters, no Star Rail, no space lesbians, as cool as they are. No
I think if they actually added someone from
Genshin.
like Genshin Impact, the internet would fucking. You thought Byleth reveal was taken badly. You've not seen nothing if they have a fucking Genshin character. It'll be the actual end of the world. There will be death threats and bombs and shit like that. There will be actual terrorism caused by that announcement. I'm not even kidding.
And that's why we cannot have MiHoYo characters. No MiHoYo characters equals world peace for what it is. And,
That said, we're adding Hatsune Miku. I'm kidding.
well,
I don't even know if that would count. I don't even know if that's like a valid video game gonna count, but that would be
unironically,
extremely funny. That would be extremely funny. That was not on my list, but it would be
no,
extremely
no, no,
funny.
no. I did not pick Miku, but I almost picked Miku. She was almost on this list, and I was like, I don't wanna.
I didn't even think about it until you started talking about conventions and merchandise, and I hate myself for that, or I probably would have.
But yeah, that would be like the first disclaimer I tell Nintendo is I'm not adding MiHoYo as a crossover character or anything. I am still kind of sad they added it to Fortnite. I'm just over it. But anyway, add some Hololive
Everywhere,
people
please.
instead.
No gotcha games in general would be just really good. I think because I'm so tired
Yes.
of them. Please God, no more gotcha games. Actually, wait, they already put Pyra and Mithrin, and you could technically count Xenoblade 2 as one even if it doesn't have a paid element. Shit. Fuck, Smash is irredeemable. It's over.
But I don't know if that counts as like my first because I still have my 5. Um
No, it doesn't, but I think that's like a great point. There should just be stuff you should touch for the sake of everyone's sanity.
yeah.
Just to say, please, no Fire Emblem newcomers at the start of the next game. DLC? Sure. After you've cut like half of the Fire Emblem guys. Please, God, I cannot do another Discord cycle.
If they cut Lucina, it's war. It is war. I don't care if she's an Echo unit. It's war.
That's the thing. I don't know why they would like cut Echo Fighters. If anything, they'd probably just add more onto them. They're probably not that hard to make, like
Yeah.
relatively, or port over. Like, so I don't think that'd be the issue. But yeah. Uh, anyway, if you want to go with the first one on your list, or I can go
Yeah.
first, which one do we want to do?
It's up to you. I just had
Sure,
that
I'll go first
discussion.
because
Yeah.
my first one I decided to go way into detail. I thought out the fucking announcement trailer because I'm an autistic spaz and I like that shit. So imagine if you will Hello, it's a Nintendo Direct. They've announced that this is happening. You don't know who the first fighter is. Speculation has been going wild on Twitter for like 2 months. They're so sick of it. People unironically think Goku might happen. It's absolute insanity. So the Smash logo shows, and it opens to trailer of Ike, Yoshi, Samus, and Sonic battling a bunch of weird shadowy entities in a dark city that's really kind of fucked up. It looks like it's in like a war zone. Uh, there's no music playing. It's just them fighting, and they're kind of getting their ass beat. Uh, you know, the hodgepodge group is exchanging blows. It looks like they're kind of in trouble, and then suddenly, time freezes. A motorcycle revs and enters the scene as instrumental metal music begins to play. Its occupant, under a hooded cloak, does the Akira slide before teleporting rapidly behind unknown forces and kicking or throwing them with what seems to be throwing lightning at them. That's strange. Anyway, time zone freezes. They all fall to the ground, and the hooded figure draws a pistol and aims it at them. The figure speaks. I can't seem to escape you, can I, Sonic? The figure pulls off the cloak and reveals black and red wings and exclaims, You're not even good enough to be my fake, before charging at our group as the splash screen appears. Shadow chooses his own path, and it cuts the gameplay. The background music continues as a vocalized remix version of I Am All of Me Blast. The gameplay trailer starts. There's a back and forth dialogue between Shadow, Sonic, and Black Doom over the trailer as he engages with battle with our previously seen characters on his new stage, Westopolis from Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, which eventually, over time, will lift you up into the air. It's a traveling stage. It takes you to the Space Colony Arc, like that main room that you see in all the cutscenes in SA2. That room specifically. The trailer ends with after cutting back to CGI, Shadow kicks Sonic in the back of the head, and they recreate the scene of Sonic falling to the ground as Shadow from the intro of Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 as he charges at the screen and it fades to black. That's my intro trailer. This is our first fighter pass. I am now going to pitch you the moveset here, and some ults and stages and music because I really wanted to for this one specifically. Okay. So first of all, for his neutral special, he wields a gun. He just has a gun. You gotta do it, right? Will Sega let them? I don't know, but he's had them before. There's nothing stopping him, right? And he's not like an Echo Fighter of Sonic either. He has a lot of his own stuff, aka he doesn't have spin dash for everything. Some stuff is self-explanatory, like his up B, he just teleports up. Kind of like Mewtwo does, yeah, kind of like that, because teleporting his whole thing. His neutral special, it can either be the gun, which, I said that's a joke, or it could be his chaos spears that he uses. They do like chip damage, but they don't like have any knockback. Think like the Star Fox Blaster. Specifically Foxes, not like Falcos or Wolves that have like the knockback or whatever. For his side special, he could like teleport behind you and like do like a kicking attack, or he could have like a motorcycle and just ride on that because who doesn't want to steal from Wario? Wario is so cool. I didn't really think what his down special could be. In his SA2, there's an upgrade that will allow either of the hedgehogs to do a firing flame wheel to break iron crates. That's his down special and down tilt now. If he does his down special, it'll just put flames up next to him and do some good damage there. If you're doing it's like a down tilt though, it's like a dash attack. It'll be like how Kirby rolls on his head, but it's a flaming fireball of hedgehogs coming right at you. His up special also, and eventually if you he'll have like a meter mechanic in my mind. And once it gets high enough, he'll gain access to his Doom powers from Shadow Generations that's been introduced. His up B will be like a way more powerful Chaos Wing thing that like flies him really high into the air. His Flame Wheel will get way brighter and turn like a lightish blue, stuff like that. You could really go all over the place with this idea. It's not like a semi-clone. It's basically just Shadow how he plays in the games, kind of translated. Which is, he's Sonic, but way cooler and less annoying. Thank you. That is my character concept. For the stage, it's just Westopolis. The city that you have to play 10 times to get the true ending of Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, because the thought making you play the game 10 times to get the true ending was a great design choice. So it's the obvious choice to, like, at the start. But at, like, a certain point, Black Doom will show up in the background, do some of his wacky doodle magic that I forget the exact name of, and I'll take you to the Space Colony Arc and you'll fight up there. Because space is fucking cool and I want to fight on the Space Colony Arc. Sue me. For the music, they would actually put remixes of Sonic music in there, mainly from games Shadow has been in. So, SA2, Heroes, Sonic 06, fucking Forces, why not? Shadow the Hedgehog, obviously. Games where he has a pretty decent plot presence in them. And so, you'll have like actual remixes with lyrics and stuff of like All Hail Shadow, why not? What I'm Made Of, his world, sure, why not? Doesn't even have to be related to Shadow specifically. Just put it in, please. Sonic has like no fucking remixes other than the Green Hill remix they put in Brawl, and that drives me goddamn crazy. Like, holy shit. And for all of his alts, they'll be colored after. In Sonic 06, Sonic has the colored gems that give some special abilities that are kind of broken. Anyway, we're going to use all those colors, and they're going to be Shadow's alt colors. He's not going to have like a costume or anything, but he will have like alt colors referencing each of those gems. Alternatively, be like, his allies, Omega, Rouge, Eggman, those guys. Or even, fuck it, Vector the Crocodile. Who cares? You got a lot of inspiration to pick from. And for his final smash, he does Chaos Blast, Shadow 05, where he lets out just a big ass explosion that covers like half the stage. Is it a little broken? Yes, but every final smash is a little broken. They're not really balanced. So that is my first proposal. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. I think Shadow the Hedgehog is very cool. He should be in the video game.
Mine are not that detailed. That was.
That's the only one I have that is actually that detailed. I will be fully honest with you. I just had this idea pop into me in the shower once, and that's why we're even doing this episode. I just wanted to talk about how cool it would be if they put Shadow the Hedgehog in Smash and he wasn't like a fucking Echo Fighter. I think that'd be cool as hell.
I knew as soon as you said motorcycle Akira slide, it was Shadow.
Look, if there's a motorcycle, you have to Akira slide. It is legally obligated. Like, everyone has to do it. It's a thing they do. Now, so let's say on that pitch, how you feel about it? What you think? Because we got to get some input here from each other on our batshit ideas.
Shadow the Hedgehog is very cool.
Thank you. Thank you. I did way more detail. I did a lot of detail. There's not really much to add. I'm sorry, I have Sonic autism. My uncle gave me his hand-me-down Dreamcast with Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on it when I was like 8. I played SA2, and I've never recovered. That was like the moment my autism got really severe. It got really bad.
You know when Miyamoto was like, Kristan, he's so cool. That's how I think about Shadow the Hedgehog.
Look, growing up is realizing that you were right when you were a toddler and you liked it because he was cool and awesome, not because of like some video essay you saw on YouTube that you regurgitate all the time. That is true adulthood. Admitting you just like the cool guy because he's cool and you think the Edge is actually kind of relatable. It's so earnest. In a way, that's like why Shadow of 5 is such a weird aesthetic for a game. It's so earnestly edgy. It's not like trying too hard. It's really earnest edge. And I think that's like a lot of reasons why people like Shadow. He's not like trying too hard to seem cool or normal or whatever. He's being cringe, but being cringe makes him free, and he loves it, and we love him. And that's why I think they should make him the new mascot of the series, Flex Sonic. I want Shadow in every game as the main character. Thank you. I now cede the floor for your first choice.
So this is the one that I think we might both have, but it might just be me.
Okay, go ahead.
I ended up going with Deltarune Heroes.
I did not have that.
Okay, so my thought process on this is that it's like just the OG party, Chris, Susie, Rousey, and you down B to shift between them.
It's like Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, kind of like that, but the down B, it's like this cool like sprite-based circle of light whenever you try and like switch between them.
Fuck.
And it's
That
also
goes kind of hard.
it's 2D like Game & Watch. So they're not like 3D. They're in their like just sprite-based
They're like actual like sprites from the game, kind of.
Yes.
Just animated way better
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Yeah.
Just, Okay, that's actually crazy. I love that.
And the moves vary by characters, obviously, like magic and the sword for Chris and Susie's axe, and we can try and fit a healing thing in there because I really like that she can heal.
Susie neutral special is just Rude Buster. It's so fucking obvious. Come on, it's literally right there.
So I actually I did choose those three. I almost just chose Noelle, but I thought that there would be backlash if it wasn't like the actual
My
party.
take My take is it might actually just be Susie if it's like late in like the next Smash game, like ignoring our hypothetical scenario. If the next Smash game comes out around when Deltarune is done, right? It's very clear, and spoilers, you've had a fucking year. It's very clear that Susie is like the main character in a way.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
don't play as them, but they are like the protagonist. So like if they don't do like a trio thing, it might just make it her.
yeah.
Not Chris. It would just be the lesbian. Um, you know. Also, part of me kind of wants that because if they add Chris specifically to Smash, we're going to see misgendering like you have never seen before. Oh my god,
Actually true.
Smash players are not normal.
So basically, I also have the final Smash idea as well. And basically, like,
Okay,
they all come together, but, like, this final Smash features, like, the text box from Deltarune and has
of
all the
course.
characters saying funny stuff, and perhaps, if you're lucky, there may be an occasional cameo from another Deltarune character.
That's right, Tenna, our favorite.
I didn't
It's
say
TV
which.
time, baby.
It's TV time, bitches! No. But,
And they got to make a remix of that song for like the soundtrack. Like, come on, it's so obvious. That song fucked so hard.
it's so good. But anyway, yeah, that was my first pick is just like a revolving Deltarune like main party cast and down being with the light in order to switch between them.
Right.
I thought kind of having all of them would be a cool idea and being able to choose which weapons you want to use and which attacks.
Because I think Susan would be the first person to like actually use an axe for like most of their moveset. You have Violet for like their down special and down tilt and whatnot, where they use the Edelgard's thing that I'm forgetting the name of.
Yeah.
But no character's been like exclusively or mainly axe based, and I think that'd be neat.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, Meanwhile, Chris is like, you got a shield and a sword. Because they have a shield and a sword, and Relza he can do magic bullshit. You could like balance it. Like one's a zoner, one's like a quick guy. Chris is like all zip zap zoopity doo. Susie's like a slower, heavier, like, kind of like Ike in that way. Hits like a
Mhm.
punch but is slower. And then just have Relza, who is Zelda on crack. He will zone the fuck out of you. I
Yes.
like
Yes.
that. Do you have any
Exactly.
ideas for the stage?
Honestly, I was just thinking like Castletown just in general. And my thought process is it's maybe you have it kind of like the Tomodachi Life stage, and that sounds really weird.
Yeah, like a bunch of guys in the background, right?
Yeah, like you could
Is that
have
what
like
you mean?
yeah, like the like apartments, but like they're not actually apartments because like everyone has like their own little spot and their own little like some of them have like the rooms in the castle, and I
In the
thought that
corner,
would
you got
be
like the queen just fucking around. You got
yeah,
Lancer all over the place. You got Spamton trying to sell you extra percentage or whatever. Some real bullshit. You can do a lot with that. I like that. Okay.
exactly.
Any alt ideas or alternate colors? Anything specific there?
Ooh, um, I think.
I think there's one. There's one really obvious alternate costume.
I feel like I didn't really go too far as to think of the alts, but I feel like you could have one that's just based around Undertale colors instead of Deltarune.
I think for like an actual costume and not even just recolors, you could have like one where Susie and Chris are their light world appearances, and Ralsei has the black and the black fur and the hat on. I think that's
Yeah, that
cool.
would
And
be
then you like
good.
each give each four. I think you could do that. Would
I think
be
you could, yeah,
it would be
that would be
really weird seeing Chris trying and fighting with a fucking sweater on with like really baggy arms, but you
good.
go they them you go.
They can do it.
Okay,
They got it.
I like this. I like this idea. I do think, however, for a Switch 2 edition, I would rather not because that would imply it's soon, I'd rather have them in the next game once all the chapters are done so they have everything they can use. That's my take. But if this happens and you pick them, I also would not be mad. Um, Also, F in the chat for Sam Bros. It's fucking over. It's actually so over.
I just felt like I was debating if I should just pick Sans, and my thought process is I don't know if Sakurai takes him seriously enough. So
Look, I think you could talk into it because funny skeleton man, and you can make him like representative of Undertale the whole. But Deltarune at this point is nearly as big as Undertale, and it has like an actual main character that talks and like party members. It just feels like a way more obvious choice. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me
yes.
throwing shit. They could also just do like a complete fucking wild ball and be like Metaton or whatever. You could pick a lot of guys there, and I think most people would be okay with it. As long as it's not Asgore, or people would be talking about trucks and beers forever, and that would be fucking awful.
I almost forgot about
Don't
that.
say it. Don't sing it. I swear to God. You're thinking it. I am too. Don't. Alright. In that case, I will go with my second one, and my most unhinged, batshit one that makes absolutely no sense, and that if I try describing it in any other context, people would think I am fucking insane. Whatever you're thinking it is right now, it's not. It's not. I want an indie rep, though. I want a small game studio to get their character in Smash. But I don't want Cave Story. I don't want Undertale. I don't want any of that other shit. I want something that is relatable to the working people of America. You know, something relatable to suburban dads. That's why my second choice is the Power Washer from Power Wash Sim. I am
Oh
dead
my
serious. I
god.
am dead serious. I have never been more serious in my life than with this suggestion. Hear
Oh
me,
my
hear me
god.
out. Hear me out. It's the Power Washer, right? To get onto. Okay, for first of all, his stage is Muckington, which is just all the stages from the game. It's also a traveling stage. You go between them, and in the background, you have a bunch of other guys power washing it down slowly. And the further you go in the match, the cleaner they'll go if you go around a couple times or something like that. I think it'd work great. What they would actually have unique to them, just bear with me again. I know this sounds insane. So, like, for their specials, their neutral B, power wash. They use the standard red 0 degree nozzle. They take aim and they blast right at you. It has a lot of knockback, but it only can go for like 3 seconds before you run out. It also does some light damage, but it's mainly like a knockback thing. It's a really good edge guard tool. Uh, it doesn't really have KO potential otherwise, though. Just does pushback. It gives you space because you're kind of a zoner. For your side B, you use suds. You take out soap and the soap
Mhm.
nozzle. And then you take the misty spray of like suds and throw it in front of you.
God.
Anyone caught it takes chip damage every second they're in it. And the temporary cloud of cleanness. Again, this sounds insane. I swear to God, I am not joking. I think this would actually be cool. For the upbeat, you just take the nozzle blast 3000, point it down, and you fly right up. Obviously, for your downbeat, you take the extension cord. You take the extension cord for the nozzle that connects your water supply. You take that, and depending how long you hold the button, that's how long you'll like whip it down in front of you on the ground. You can do a short one, it'll be quick but right in front of you. If you do a medium one, it'll go a middle length of the distance, but it is less powerful as it goes, but it has way more reach. Then if you go, for like a size thing, think about as long as Ike's sword. That's like what the middle one is. And then if you go with the long one, it's about as long as like Sephiroth's blade, but it does way less damage. And however long you hold it, that's how long they whip it out for. They just whip the fucking cord at you. I think that'd be hilarious. And then they can use a lot of power wash blasters. They can use for their smash attacks. They can be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do muck stomp, where they just jump up into the air after the charge, and then they stomp down, and it's a big muck puddle. And if it hits you, it's like slows you down slightly, even if it can't really kill. For the aerial stuff, they like whip the cord around at you, or quick spurts of water like you can do, or they can use like any of their other tools they have in that game. You have like so many options And for their final smash, obviously, a bunch of power washers will show up, at least four. They will surround you, throw you into a building on fire. But I kind of like to see how it throws into a building on fire, and then take a big power washer on all four sides and blast it at you. It does like 50%, and it kills you really easily. It's completely unhinged. Uh, for the stage Muckington, that's the obvious one. Makes perfect sense. And then for the alternate costumes, you have all the different alternate color options from that game. Red, blue, green, yellow, pink, orange, white. And then if Kirby eats them or something like that, that he gets a power washer helmet. I think that'd be adorable.
Mhm.
And the stages that they would have for like Muckingham would be like the suburbs, the forests, the subway, the ancient monument thing they have for some reason, and like the fair. I think it'd be really cool. Also, put like the gear on the helmet as like meat gunner options. Completely unhinged. This is my most unhinged suggestion. I think it'd be really cool if this was the first indie rep for no actual reason. That is my pitch. Please rate.
That is like that did not even come on my radar, like at
I
all.
I had this. I don't know how I thought of this. It just came to me one day when I was trying to write these down. It's like, shit. Wait, this sounds cool. And then I thought about it way too much. Yes, this is a genuine pick. I want them to put Power Wash Sim Man in fucking Smash Bros.
Would it just be like a human guy, like just kind of like
It's
solid
just like
snake,
it's
like a
like
human
the
guy?
default guy that you see in like the key art in like the blue suit. Yeah, that's him. That's what he looks like. His name is just Power
But
Washer.
like
It's
no
his
no
entire name.
stylization, just him.
It's
Just
just a guy. It's just him. It's just a Power Washer. Again, this would be the main that every single dad would pick, along with Ike, whenever they played the game with you. The dad main. It'd be awesome.
interesting. I don't that
It's the most unhinged option and would probably piss a lot of people off that this is the first quote indie guy, but it would also be extremely funny. Because you have to have like a joke character occasionally, and this is kind of like fucking Duck Hunt Dog or the Piranha Plant. It's like that genre of pick. I love it.
honestly, that's a good way to like phrase it, like Duck Hunt pick or like Mr. Game and Watch, like just something that like you would never
It's something that
guess.
doesn't really make sense, but once you see it, you're like, this kind of fucks actually. Kind
Like,
of like Piranha Plant. Yeah, it's like this sounds absolutely ridiculous, but now that I see it, I fuck with this. Also, he would come back in every game afterwards. No matter how many third parties get cut, he's just always there. And that's my other stipulation to this. Is it'd be really funny if they cut like the Final Fantasy guys because Square Enix is a bitch, but I still got Power Wash, man.
wild.
This is my second idea. I now cede the floor to you because I don't think you're gonna be anything as insane as that.
No, but I do have kind of a deep cut.
Well, I just gave you an extremely deep cut, so let's hear
It's
it.
probably okay. It's probably not as deep as that. It's very much like if you know, you know. So I used to play a certain game, and it
I'm
was a
scared.
game that is sadly EOS'd, and I'm still very sad about it.
I know what this is already.
In this hypothetical, you probably do. In this hypothetical scenario, Nintendo has announced out of the blue that they're bringing it back. That's right. Nintendo and Cygames are announcing an offline version of Dragalia Lost, baby. And to coincide with this release, they are bringing Yuden to Smash. He's announced as a Smash fighter in order to promote the game. Boom. Mind blown. He's just so cool. He's so cool as he is.
Yep. How many people at the reveal think he's a fucking Fire Emblem character?
Too many, but he's not.
Yes.
Sword, yes. Dragon, also yes. You just gotta hit down B to transform into your pact bonded dragon Midgard Summer. Your moveset and even your final smash would depend on which form you're in. So, your human
Love it.
form, that final smash, it brings in the various allies that you recruit during the game for a final attack. And if you're in a dragon form, he temporarily transforms into primal Midgardsormr and launches a devastating attack.
Okay, I like this. I like this.
Like, my thing is, like, I wanted to go I wanted to go I know my first 2 picks are heavy on, like, the downbeat to transform, but, like, I just think that is such a cool way to sort of, like, expand the kinds of ways that you can play in the roster. So, like, I like, with Pyra and Mythra, like, even though I'm not a Xenoblade fan, like, I love the concept of their character in Smash specifically.
I have seen so many sick ass competitive clips of people like transforming to use their different moves and like combo and like mid air, like switching during like mid combo and doing some insane bullshit. I love
Yeah.
it. I need more
And
of that.
that's what I'm saying, like, you could totally do that with Yuden, like, it made
Mm.
perfect sense to me, and I think Dragalia was just such a good game, and, for being a gacha, like, it was just really well done, and,
Well, we
I mean,
just said no gotcha, so I think we're breaking our own rule here, but we can
but,
make an exception. So like
it's
it's like the first
different.
party one, right?
Yeah, it's different because now it's offline, and so you don't have the monetization aspect as much.
Maybe I'll actually play it then. Wow.
No, no,
Any ideas for?
I wish they would. They haven't actually announced it, but, like, that they should, and I would buy it. I would easily spend, like, 10 or $20 just to get that game. So,
I think that'd be pretty sick.
I think it's also just, like, it's easy because it's, like, technically, like, Nintendo IP, and you wouldn't have to it's, like, deep cut, but, like, Nintendo deep cut, so, yeah.
There'd be a lot of very happy people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, it's not Fire Emblem, like, yes, it's more anime, but so is Xenoblade, and everyone would love to have, like, Noah in
No, no,
Smash.
people bitched about Pyro and Mythra. I'll tell you, man. Oh boy,
But it's
that was a whole thing.
Xenoblade,
But yes, I know what you mean. I know what you're
so,
talking
like
about.
yeah, so, like, I think, like I know it's another anime character, but, like, Yuden's so cool, so, yeah.
I know he has aura, so
Yeah, and plus,
I
like
know nothing about Dragula Lost. I just know he has aura. That's good enough for me. I'm sold.
and yeah, so my thought is like, for the stage, just kind of going across, like, the various settings, I guess would be the correct term, because, like, as you played the game,
Right.
you'd go through, like, the different settings, and it was all, like, top down. So, like, instead of it being, like, one specific place, my thought is, like, oh, you just, like, get a randomized version of which one you're gonna be, like, traveling through. And then at the end, you end up in, like, the dragon's lair or the boss area, basically. And yeah.
Any ideas for alternate skins, like any characters they'd be based on, or
The whole thing with Yuden is that he has a ton of siblings. So I would basically, like, have different skins for each of the siblings with each of their pack bonded dragons. So you would still like, it wouldn't necessarily change the move set, but it would change, like, the skin of which dragon you're turning into and, like, what color. So, for example, like, his dragon is, like, the wind element, so that's green, but, like, say you have Mim, who's more like a fire kinda dragon, she's also very pink. You'd have, like, pink instead of green for some of the effects and stuff like that. Just, like, as an example. She wasn't, I don't think, pack bonded with any of the siblings, but, like, just general idea sake of the example I wanna choose, but I think that'd be cool.
okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, Uden was cool. They should come back to Dragalia Lost. Like, honestly, even if they just, like, off topic slightly, but even if they just made, like, another, like, RPG that was in that universe, that was actually,
Uh-huh.
like, an RPG, I think that would be great. It would be so good. So, yeah.
It has a lot of potential from what I've heard.
Yes, yes, it does.
Right.
And then they did the crossover with Persona 5 and EOS, so the curse continues.
True. True. Don't cross over with Persona 5. You'll never be seen again. All right. That was a deep cut. I like it. For my next one, I'm going to do my only first party pick because I really did not have many other ideas on that end. So everything else is just a third party pick, which might be overdoing it, but like all but one were third party picks from the first pass. So fuck you. We can do it. Stop us. Anyway, the Legend of Zelda series. You might have heard of it.
Ooh.
It's a pretty fun one. A lot of people are really annoyed. They have 6 fighters, and all of them are Zelda, Ganon, or Link. There's not anyone else.
Mhm.
So let's pick another Ganon, but not actually.
Oh, I think I
In The
know where you're
Legend of
going with
Zelda
this.
Skyward Sword, in The
Mhm.
Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, there is a villain who doesn't quite make it to the final boss. He's really close, and he's consistent throughout the whole game, and he's a fucking freak, and I love him. Yurahim is a really interesting one because one, he has an assist trophy. First of all, that's just notable. I guess Shadow the Hedgehog does too, but yeah, he just has one. And on top of that, I think he could be a sword fighter that doesn't entirely use his sword. I know, bold idea here. Hear me out. So in his various fights, we're going to pull from all of them. In his various fights, he has various moves that he uses that you mainly have to affect with, motion control, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
For example, he throws a lot of little small red arrows at you. That can be the neutral special. Sure, that's cool. Does chip damage, but he throws 3 of them or 4 or 5, depending how long you hold the button, straight at you. So you have to jump to get over it, or you have to dodge through it, or something like that. You can't duck that one. In the final fight, he slashes the sword. It does a sword beam of that goes straight at Link. That can be the side B. The up B, he can just teleport right up and do a sword flash right after. Sure. His down B can be a counter, but what he does is in the first fight and the second fight with him and the third, he can grab your sword and take it from you, right? So what if for his counter, he grabs it and then he counterattacks after he throws it to the side. They have a model that for everyone. Say he grabs Ike's sword, he throws it to the side and then he kicks him in the face and knocks him right back. It's a counter, but it looks really sick.
That would be super cool.
Then as you go on, you can get more stuff too. He has a demon blade, but he also has big ass sword. This final fight that could be used for some side special, for his smash attack, stuff like that. He has a lot of just random things he could do. He also does front flips, and he's a really creaky guy. So have him do that too. Have him do front flips, be really acrobatic, backflip, kick attack, or something. Weird shit like that. Also, for one of his taunts, you're gonna have him facing the screen, sticking his freak ass tongue out. That's a given. Oh my god! For his final smash, he's going to summon the imprisoned. He's going to summon the imprisoned, and it'll just fuck you up. That basically, it's so big, it comes on from the side of the stage it's closest to, and it uses one of its fuck ass arms to swipe at you a few times. And if it hits you, you're basically cooked. That's technically Demise, but he's Demise's blade, right? So might as well. And also for his smash attacks, I think it could be really cool if he himself turns into that big ass sword, because that's him. That's Demise's sword. Have him turn into that. His entire body just vanishes and becomes a floating sword for a second. He's briefly invulnerable.
Damn.
I think that'd be really fucking cool. For his alts, you can have you have you have some recolors. He's super emo, blue, green, yellow, orange, stuff like that. And then he has his final fight form where he's the black with the white stripes and the weird little haircut. And then for his other one, it's a second fight where he has the black arms and he looks more unhinged and his chest is a little fucked up from when you fought him last. And he has his belt. I think it'd be cool. But this is interesting. For the stage, here's the thing. Skyward Sword has a lot of things, and he's kind of all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's technically not alive at this part of the game, but why not have the Battlefield of Fate from the final boss simply because it looks cool?
It does look cool. It does.
You have the water, it goes off, and and this is one of those flat stages where there's no pitch or anything. It just goes straight to the end. And you have to get knocked off. And every once in a while, it'll go from the sunny skies to the thunderstorm, and you have random lightning strikes, a stage hazard. And if you have a blade and you do a taunt, when a lightning strike hits you, you get a powered up lightning attack as Link and Demise doing that final battle for one strike. And it does a little lightning beam too. Again, stage gimmicks don't have to be balanced, so let's have some fucking fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool, and also I simply it would look a lot like the Fountain of Dreams, but on crack in terms of how pretty it is. Because man, the Fountain of Dreams in Ultimate looks so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You have so many options here you can do with this. Also, for his Punch-Out stage name, have him be named the Bane of Light or something. That's Demise's title, but he also is the Bane of Light. He's the Bane of Link. He shows up 3 times on Kidnap Zelda, multiple times. He's constantly chasing her, and he's just an ever-looming presence. That's a thing you don't really get with villains in Zelda games. Even Zant, where you know who he is for like most of the game, or Ganon or whatever, you don't like have them in nearly every section of the game taunting and following you and always like you don't know when they're gonna show up next and you don't fight them 3 fucking times. You don't have to like go back in time and open like a portal to hell and send like a fucking mob at you for like the segment before his boss fight when you're going down the little spiral stairs. He just like he's just a very intimidating guy, and he's like weird. And frankly, when he was a kid, because that was my first Zelda game, he freaked me the fuck out. I was actually scared of that boy. I don't like him, but also I like him. That is my pitch for Gurihim. I think he'd be cool. Not at all. I was going to initially pick Rauru from Tears of the Kingdom, but then I thought,
Mm.
okay, but Gurihim is way more recognizable and like the most prominent villain in any single game. So fuck it, we're doing him. Skyward Sword ain't super relevant today, but it's technically the first one, so you might as well give it to the OG baddie. You
Oh
know,
yeah. I think Girahim is a really good pick. I like that a lot.
people like talk about like Skull Kid a lot, and the issue is like most of Majora's fighting stuff is the mask itself and like that final fight, right? I mean, you could make him work, but he probably doesn't have a lot to work with. And
Yeah.
Midna. You also have the struggle of it'd have to be another fucking Link and using like Wolf Link too a bit. That'd be
Hmm.
another fucking Link. And we explicitly don't want that. I think Gears is the best fit.
I really, really like that. And I also almost picked Rauru. I also almost put him on my list. And then I almost put Impa on my list. And I didn't end up choosing either. But Girahim is
The issue with
definitely a good
Impa is like I don't think she's like enough of a staple in any single game to the point that she'd be like I think more people like who don't play Zelda would recognize Girahim than Impa. That's like the thing,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And also like she's kind of like outside of the Tears of the King in like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. She's not really like a main plot point either. She's just kind of a side character. She was like
Hmm.
she's one of the main ones in like Age of Calamity or whatever, but that's not a side game, right?
Yeah. Well, Girahim is just like he's that weird dude. Like
He's like,
he's
oh,
that
that's the
weird
freaky guy,
dude.
right? That's the freaky
Yeah,
guy.
he's the guy with the tongue.
And he has like the gay ass K-pop boy hairstyle. I like that. I will say I did initially also consider putting one of my unhinged picks before I could with Power Washers. I was going to pick the King of Red Lions, like the actual ship. I just thought that'd be really
Oh,
funny.
that
But I
would be
decided not to do that because I thought Power Wash was crazy enough.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's yes.
It could be like partially the king himself and like using like the sail kind of like in Hyrule Warriors, and occasionally for some attacks he just turned into the fucking boats. That would be like, another really good joke character. Please
Be
take my
wild.
ideas, guys. All right, I now cede the floor for your third one.
So, unfortunately, my third one is kind of cliche, and it's
Let
also
me
one that
guess. Let me guess. It's a Pokemon.
oh, that's crazy. Why? Why?
It's a Pokemon. Got it.
No. People would be pissed, but it is a fan favorite Pokemon that is not in the game. And
Go for it.
my pitch is that it replaces Incineroar in the next game, which I know is like
No
down the line, but like in
starter.
this hypothetical scenario, we already know it replaces Incineroar because I think Incineroar is I don't like Incineroar very much, I'm gonna be honest. Um
Sad day for the gay furries.
sorry. But it is
Sorry to Wolf, my one homie Wolf. I know you really like him and like Bowser and stuff. Sorry, we're getting rid of him. Uh, my bad, boy. Sorry
but
about that. Anyway.
we're replacing him with Gengar, which is a fan favorite Pokemon.
Ooh.
I think he could have a cooler move set. And my thought is like the down B like brings him into the shadows so you can't really see which way he's gonna go. Like you can kind of see the shadows moving, but you don't know like is he gonna pop up over here? Is he gonna pop up over there? Um and my
That
thought
mix-up game would be crazy.
yeah, and, like, obviously, like, like, your side B or neutral B, like, kind of like how Lucario has Aura Sphere, Gengar's could be, like, Shadow
Shadow Ball.
Ball. Yeah, Shadow Ball for
Right.
that. and just like various like ghost type moves. But here is something that I think could be an interesting mechanic. Kind of like how we have charge meters for final smashes, and there's other things like the KO meter for Little Mac. What if you took Mega Evolution and instead of making it like some of the final smash, you instead make it into a
Ooh.
meter so that like you
No,
Mega
it's like
Evolve.
Arsene.
Yeah, I guess that would be a better. Yeah, that would probably be a better way of putting it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you Mega Evolve based
Okay.
on like how much damage you take, how much damage you do, and like it just gradually fills the meter and diminishes like as you battle as the Mega Evolution. So you're not Mega Evolution for the rest of the battle as like like when you Mega Evolve, it goes back. But obviously, you still need a final smash. And I think what would have made a cooler final smash would be if instead of Mega Evolving, you went Gigantamax. And so you have Gigantamax
Ooh.
Gengar, and he just like tears
That.
apart the field and everything because his whole move is like this really wild, like everything floats and like that just smashes down. And I think that would be really cool instead of Mega Evolution as the final smash. And something that I think you could also do, you could also kind of mirror this with Charizard eventually, maybe in the next game, if that would happen. Like, you would have the Mega Evolution meter instead of it being the final smash, and you would have like Gigantamax Charizard as the final smash.
So cool.
Yeah, like Gigantamax, like I feel like for a final smash, like Gigantamax makes the most sense. So yeah.
On that topic, if you're gonna pick Gengar, the stage has to be that one tower in Kanto I'm forgetting the name of.
Yeah, Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town.
Yeah, or Lavender Town with like the tower prominently in the background. It feels like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
because Lavender Town is like the ghost town.
You could battle on the roof of, like, the Pokemon Center and have, like, the tower in the back.
Fuck, that sounds cool. All right, any like alt ideas, or we're just gonna do the traditional color swaps? Because I don't really know what
Yeah,
to do
just
with Gengar.
traditional
We
color
gotta do the
swap,
shiny one
obviously.
too.
Yeah, you've gotta have the shiny one. You've gotta have the shiny one. You could also maybe have, like, different ghost type Pokemon themes, like, maybe you have I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, a ghost type Pokemon. You could have, like, a Runerigus color alt, which is kind of close to the shiny, but not quite. It has, like,
Mischievous,
a
why not?
Yeah, like Mischievous. You could have, like, a couple different things. I'm trying to think yeah, I don't think any of the, I can't remember what they're called, but Scarlet Violet had, like, the Ruin Pokemon, Pillars of
Right.
Ruin or whatever, but I don't think any of those were ghost type, if I'm not mistaken, but, you could just have, like, a bunch of different, like, ghost type alternative skins. But I think
Right.
if you are going to be like, "We're adding another Pokemon," it has to be a fan favorite, and I think Gengar has a really cool moveset that he could use.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I understand now. Yeah, that's not a bad one actually.
Yeah, and again, like, I kind of just am like, Incineroar can go. Like, if we have to replace a Pokemon, just replace Incineroar.
It beats doing another fucking starter.
That's true. Yeah,
Jeez, I'm
I was
so sick of
going
starters.
I was going through the most recent starters. I was like, you could do Inteleon, but I didn't really like that.
You stick is kind of boring.
I almost chose I almost chose the Quaquaval, which is Quaquaval, whatever it's pronounced.
Waxley?
No, his evolution, Quaquaval.
Okay.
Um, it's a very I don't want to be offensive. Gay duck is how I would describe it.
You're
um,
bisexual, you can say that.
I know. Well, yeah. So, yeah, that's I almost decided to do one of those. I thought Skeledirge, like, it's on 4 legs, so that would automatically kind of make things a little challenging. And I thought, you know what, Gengar, fan favorite, scalpers love him. So,
Oh, they do, don't they?
oh, they sure do.
I was
And
thinking, if I could add any Pokemon, what would I add? Mine was also, if I had picked a Pokemon, it was also probably going to be a Ghost type.
mhm.
It's not Gengar. I would have picked fucking Chandelure, honestly.
Oh, Chandelure would be really cool.
Look, he's in Pokken. He has the moveset already.
Mhm.
And also, he's cool, and Gen 5 didn't get a Pokemon, I don't think, ever. And that's fucking lame.
Yeah, I think you're right, I don't think so. They had, like, the actually, you know what? No, that was the Kalos Elite Four. I think that was the stage.
Yeah, they didn't.
Although
You know, it was gotten fucking nothing. Even Sinnoh got fucking Lucario.
that's
Which,
true.
that this reminds me, like I was reading old Smash 4 speculation from way back in the day on like old forums. People brought up like a red hair guy, the furries love, whose name I'm forgetting. Zora? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Zoroark, yep.
Yeah, they kept bringing him up, and because like, oh, he's kind of like Lucario. He's not a starter, but he's popular. Like, man, you guys are uncreative. You guys are really uncreative on them. And old Smash speculation is fucking weird, man. You see some weird shit. Like people were dead ass saying like, oh yeah, I want the guy from Star Tropics. Like, be so for real.
I
Uh,
mean, Hoenn didn't really get anything either, I don't think. I think as far as I'm aware, like, you had the Kalos Elite Four, like, stage. You had
it's
Lucario,
really
you had
just whatever like the most recent gen is when the game comes out. So like Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 5 just kind of got passed up. And
yeah,
honestly, 8 and 9 are also probably going to get passed up for the next game because I can't imagine that comes out or is like already into the phase where they can't use Wiiwa stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Also, I'm calling it Wiiwa now,
Weewa.
WIWA, simply because it's funny. I hope that catches on.
I wonder if it will because, like, one of the gachas is Woowa.
Oh my gosh.
So
It sounds like a toddler saying like Wiiwa, Wiiwa, I want my Wiiwa. It's like a kid trying to say "we," but they don't actually know how to say it. They're saying like "Wiiwa" because they're just not, they're like a dumb 4-year-old or like a dumb 2-year-old or whatever. All right, I will move on to my fourth then. And this one's an interesting one because it's from a game I have friends who've played and I've watched them play it extensively because a few
Ooh.
of them do it like competitively at locals and stuff. I have never played the game, so I'm not exactly going off firsthand information. But I did use Google.com and think of some stuff by looking at the source material. So this is gonna so if I get anything wrong, to any Guilty Gear fan listening, please don't kill me. Anyway, Soul Bad Guy. First of all, he has a really cool last name.
Mm.
That's like part of the reason I picked him. Honestly, he just has a cool last name. I'm very basic. His title also is like the flame of corruption, and that's like raw as hell. Like,
Ooh.
can we talk about that? That's fucking awesome. My idea is he would be like an extremely oppressive offense fighter, like someone who gets into your face and just beats the absolute shit out of you. He's like an aloof, brash bounty hunter. In like the first game, his goal is to like eliminate all gears and the creator, with that man. Because
Mm.
apparently his name is actually that man. That's a great one.
That
What about the
man.
Guilty Gear lore? Learning about the Guilty Gear lore was crazy. Like, what do you mean there's a sacred order of the Holy Knights during the Crusades that are somehow relevant? What do you mean Soul Bad Guy is part of a Holy Knights that participated in the Crusades in real life? That's actual lore. What do you mean? I think his like physical appearance would be based on Stride because that's like the most recent one, the one most people know. For like his specials, he has like gun flame. He has like a bandit revolver, which is like his side B. Like spikes down or like slides down on the ground like a big like fire sword coming right out of his fist or something. Volcanic Viper, which is like a big uppercut kind of thing with fire that can be the up B, down B. Break, which is like a light dash with a flaming bow, to my understanding. It breaks shields in games, so let's have it break shields here. Why not? Also give it a meteor effect for shits and giggles. You could do ridiculous stuff with that. For his other attacks, you have like a lot of other stuff you can do that he does in the game. It's kind of like the thing with these fighting game guys. A lot of
Mm.
it can be like, oh yeah, well he does this in that game. Why can't we just like bring that over? Which is like the most faithful way to do it too. And I'm sure a lot of more competitive guys would have way more ideas how to do for like any Guilty Gear person because I think most of them could actually work. For fighting games so far, we didn't get Hayachi with Tekken. We got Kazuya. So like, what's to say for this one? They have to pick like the main guy. I just think Soul Bad Guy is cool because of his last name. But that's literally the entire reason I picked him. I also don't know many others. For like the stage, it can be Fallen Prayers because one, it has a cool name, and two, it's like a really like Southern European looking like coastal city, and I think the aesthetic is really nice. Like that's literally my entire reasoning for it. I think, and also the name Fallen Prayers is really weird for that setting. It just looks really nice. I think they could do that. For Assault, you can do various characters from the game. If you want to piss people off, put Testament in there because trans folks would be fucking pissed about that one. Why not? Literally the only reason. You got a lot of color variety in the Strive roster if you want to go off just that, even. Like, so
Hmm.
if you want to put, you could get like some really wacky color combos in there. I think that would be neat. And for it also gives you a lot of lyrical music that you don't even really have to remix. You can just put it in the fucking game and it'll go hard. And for the final smash, I would do Branding Breach, where he has like a junkyard dog, like the junkyard dog, like his weapon thing. Uh, Charge that shit up. Have like the sigil over the fire seal core on it or something like that, and then he like jumps right at you, like wherever he's on the stage. He basically just homes right in on you. He jumps at you, and then just beats the shit out of you, and then shoots you in the face with like the gun barrel on it. It's very simple. Just completely annihilates you. Massive flaming laser too. Throw in some explosions. Just utter aura farming. Make him aura farming the character in general because I think someone named Soul Bad Guy deserves as much. And in general, I also just think it'd be really interesting if they had like a very blatant. They had like a fighting game character that was very anime. Because so far the ones we have aren't really like. There's a lot of like anime fighting, like Street Fighter isn't one, Fatal
Hmm.
Fury isn't one, Tekken isn't one, and I think that's an underrepresented part of fighting game stuff. So if we're gonna bring another one in, we should make it the Guilty Gear one. That's a very anime series. That is my pitch. Very simple one, but I think we should throw some bones to the fighting game guys. I think we deserve another one because I'm not a fighting game guy. I simply am not good enough to do it, and I have hand-eye cord issues that make that very hard. But I respect those guys very much, and I think they should get more stuff. They're cool.
Mhm.
That is my fourth pitch. What do you think?
I have never I've never played or looked into Guilty Gear, and the only thing that I know about it is that Bridget exists.
Yeah, that one, the brisket, basket, bucket, whatever you want to call her. I sadly became very aware of that character because a lot of people got really mad with a certain story choice.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could basically pick a lot of characters from that game. They have like a lot of options. So many weird movesets that would translate pretty well and be very unique.
Mhm.
Have your pick, basically.
I feel like Guilty Gears would I mean, I feel like Guilty Gear would be really cool to have as a crossover, though. I feel like that would make a lot of people happy.
Also, the music fucks, and I want some of that music in the game.
I unfortunately just don't know a ton about it.
That's entirely fair. Yeah, but that's my fourth one. I got one more left, unless we have a double somehow. With the ones we have left, so I will cede the floor for you to do your fourth one. Hit me with what you got.
So, okay, to be clear, I don't actually think that they would ever do this.
Oh
I think
no,
I think
that's a
the
very scary. That's a very scary way to start
No,
this.
I think you're gonna like it. I think you are going to like it.
I know it just makes me think of a lot of things that aren't very fun. I can't believe they added the honey pop guys.
Uh,
Finally, porn the fighter.
I think the brand association is too high, but I think it would be kind of like a nice homage and kind of nice crossover between two platforms. And
Okay.
I think something that would be cool is if Astrobot was added to Smash.
Ooh.
And again, I
Ooh.
realize that the brand association with that is kind of intense. So I think, like, hypothetically, if we were to use, kind of like, like, a lot of it is like, "Oh, he's using, like, the controller." Instead of it being PlayStation branded, I think they would use, like, Joy-Cons or, like, a Pro Controller model. in the game, or even like you could use like an older controller. Maybe you could have like a GameCube controller, or like you could maybe have different controller skins you could use as different
If you
skins.
want, if you want to like go all, if you go all the way in, that'd be like a great. That'd be like a big sign of like, oh, we're just done with console wars, huh? We're just done
Yeah.
with that shit.
Well, my whole thing is like I was trying to think like a lot of people want like Master Chief and like you had Doomslayer as like I mean I realize it's not like
Well,
a
that's because
platform
Xbox
game.
is dead. That's because Xbox is fucking dead.
Yeah, but like I was like, like it's kind of like it would be kind of like, oh, like Astrobot is very like platformer adjacent and heavy, and so is
He's a
Mario.
he's he's a very scrimblow character.
Yes.
He'd please the scrimblow crowd.
It's just I mean, I feel like at this point like Astrobot is kind of it's a I think Astrobot is a beloved character in PlayStation's own right, and I think it would be really
One
cool to
game of the
see that
year, you know,
come. Yeah,
on
yeah,
its first full game. On its first full game.
And I do really hope that PlayStation gives it more love moving forward and lets Team Asobi really
Whatever
shine.
they want.
Yeah, do
Just let them
basically
do
do
whatever
whatever
they
they
want.
want. Like just
Don't shut them down, you fucks! You did that to Blue Point. I want to strangle you.
yeah,
Anyway,
that was bad. But basically like my thought is that the move set is various platforming techniques and attacks from the game. Whether or not that uses the controller, I think you could play into kind of different Nintendo consoles as the skin. Like you have your base Astrobot, maybe that's just like the base like Switch 2 Pro controller or something like that, just to like distance itself from Sony. Um, but maybe you have like the N64 skin and that uses like N64 colors and GameCube colors, and maybe you have like a Wii with like it's white and blue, and it's like, oh, it's Sony, but like it's not actually Sony, it's the Wii.
I think at
So
least one of them should be like the PS1 controller. Though. Like you gotta do at least one, and that's like got
yeah,
enough distance. It's not like the DualSense or whatever.
yeah. So that's my thought. And then I mean you could also maybe if Sony let them, maybe you could have like different like Nintendo like skins as like a thing, or you could just have like the third party ones, like maybe you just have like a Solid Snake Astrobot
Yeah,
skin show up in some
right.
capacity, or
Yeah, the ones
Sephiroth
that are
or
in the game
Cloud.
already.
Yeah, like you could like I think Cloud already has like an Astrobot version,
Yeah.
so
So does Snake.
yep,
So does Snake. They just threw a bunch of shit in there. Also, they should make one a 2B from Nier Automata, but don't actually add any Nier characters. That'd be really
that'd be
funny.
wild. People would be
That'd
pissed.
be extremely. That'd be extremely funny. I would be kind of mad, but it would be extremely funny, and they should do it.
Yeah.
There should be
But
Nier representation. Sorry, guys.
but more specifically, I think like the final Smash would be the biggest like controller heavy thing. Like the controller comes up and you're like controlling Astrobot with the controller, but it's the in-game controller. So you're using your controller to control the in-game controller that controls Astrobot.
A real meta thing would be like using the controller, and you have to like tilt it left and right to control like fucking Mario
Yeah, like
Kart
you could do that.
controls. That'd be the real meta way, but it would also piss people off. Imagine getting KO'd by a guy using Mario Kart tilt controls on your ass. I'd
Oh my
kill
god,
myself.
and one of the taunts could be like a little, "I'm using tilt control."
Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
so
that pissed me. If
funny.
I got KO'd and I saw that, I would actually quit the game and throw my Switch off the fucking roof. I'd
Oh
be
my
so fucking
god.
mad. Oh my god, that's genius.
Yeah, but I was
Oh,
thinking of characters that would like blow up the internet that wouldn't be like I don't know, like that
Goku.
insane, but still insane. Yeah.
Sorry, Goku. We gotta put in Goku, guys. That's my last pick. I'm kidding. It's not Goku. My last pick is not Goku, I promise.
But yeah. So Astrobot in Smash
What would be the
2K26.
stage?
I kind of thought that you could just have it be like the spaceship, or I guess the quote unquote playroom, like just that
Right.
like base
That's because
area.
it's from that fucking demo, right? Yeah. It's like the tech
Yeah,
demo
yeah,
guy, and then you
yeah,
got a full game. Yeah, okay, I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
yeah.
Okay, I like the idea. That's actually a really unique one. I like that. Not as out there as Power Wash Man, but that one actually that's really. It's really neat, I think. That said, if his up special is like the fucking laser thing, and if you go under it, it like does knockback, that'll be edge guard insane. That'd be insane edge guard potential. People would abuse the shit out of that. They should do it.
But yes, I see the floor.
Okay. That was an interesting one. I like it. Not who I would have picked if I picked a Sony guy, but makes sense. Anyway, this one is really fucking topical, and I feel like we should do it because, frankly, Smash does not have enough characters from horror games, as in they have literally none.
Oh,
There's
is
just
this?
zero. Yes, this is exactly who you're thinking of.
Oh
It
my
is.
god.
That's right. That's right. Every married woman's favorite video game character, who is sadly now married, and they're very mad about that. John F. Kennedy from the I'm sorry, Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil. Ron Kennedy. This one won't try and ban vaccines or whatever, unlike that other guy. This is a fun one because there's a lot of stuff you could do with this. Because he's like in a lot of games. First, I'll go over the alts because this is the interesting one. I would give him 4 alts, each with like an alternate skin. That would be his default appearance. Will be like the brown sweater from RE4. That's his most iconic one. And then then you can have one where he's like the Raccoon City police uniform from RE2. And then you got his fits from RE6. That game sucks, but his fit is still kind of sick. And like and then you have RE9, and that one he's like visibly older. Every time he does like a kick attack, his legs crack. I'm kind of joking on that one, but I think that would be like the oldest guy too, so I think that'd be interesting. And then for like every alternate color, it can be like based on like one of the main characters from like that game. Like for RE4, it'd be Ashley. For RE9, it'd be Grace. Stuff like that. RE2 would be Claire. I don't know who they pick for RE6. There's a lot of options on that one, but probably Ada Wong because she's really popular. That's my idea. Stuff like that. I think that'd be neat. But yeah, his default's going to be the because that's the most iconic one. That's the game people really fell in for that for him, right? Now for his actual like special attacks, you got like a lot of options here. As in he has a lot of stuff he's used in his time. Like a lot of weapons. So my proposal is for his neutral special, he uses a gun, right? You can do like 6 shots. And it's like powerful, but you need to reload in between each of them, and every stock you only have 6. So it's like adding like the resource management thing from Resident Evil, because a lot of that is like a lot of those games is just managing your resources and your weapons because you have limited stuff. So why not make the ammo limited for every single stock? So you have to think, okay, I can use this bullet now, but I only got 1 more. What if I need to use the move 2 more times this stack or something like that? So you got to like plan out your moves in advance, kind of in a way. You can't just like go spam the fucking bullets. And exchange are like way more powerful with every use though, or something like that. It's kind of like Robin in that way, except it doesn't like recharge. It's once you're at first back, you're out. Then for like the other side, he can pull out a fucking flamethrower. It only has limited fuel per stock, so you can't use it. But it's like just a flamethrower. He just pulls a whole ass flamethrower out. Kind of like Charizard's side neutral special. Yeah, kind of like that, but it's more like straight and like flashy, realistic looking.
Right.
For his up special, he takes a shotgun and he points it down and he shoots it and it propels him up like cartoonishly. I think that'd be really funny. For his down special, he can use like a flash grenade, right? And like kind of and it like if you're like right on it, it gives like the Deku Nut like stunned effect. But otherwise, like makes it the screen like flash very lightly, not like too much because there's seizure warnings. But it like makes the game like whites out that part of the stage for a second, so you can't really see, and it can stun you, stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. Then for like his other moves, you can use hook shots for the grabs. He has like harpoons. You can like pull out like a harpoon and use like a spear. He has knives. He can use like his knife for like throws or jabs or stuff like that. You got a lot of options. He's just basically he's like a military arsenal walking in terms of what you can use for him. I think that'd be very neat. Just makes sense to me. Also, of course, you gotta do some iconic stuff. Point your handgun, say freeze, because he was a cop in RA2, and he did that in like the intro. Then for the down count, if you really want to piss people off, you can do it from the from RE6, where he shrugs and says like, "Check and mate, buddy." Just really piss everyone off who doesn't like RE6 by picking that one. It'd be genius. For the final smash, he would do and he pulls out a rocket launcher and he just fires rockets at you.
Oh my god.
And then at the end, he flies up in a helicopter, like onto a ladder, flies up, and then he crashes the helicopter on the stage. It'd be fucking awesome. Also, when you're on the helicopter, you got Jill, Chris, and Claire all riding, and they like parachute off as part of the animation. Just throw them in there. Give them some cookies. I think that'd be cool.
Give
Um,
them some cookies.
Final Smash is like having cameos for some reason, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also have a couple ideas on this one for the stage specifically. It's Raccoon City, right?
Mhm.
But it's after the T virus outbreak, and so occasionally you will get like in the background various zombies showing up, and occasionally a few will come on the stage and act like rogue assist trophies, kind of as like a stage hazard. You can have like the zombie dogs, a liquor, one of those, just a horde of like a couple come on. Just kind of come and try and fuck up your match as like a stage hazard. Instead
Hmm.
of like having like two on the edge, there'd be like no edges to go to those stages. But in the middle, there'd be like a massive like collapsed sewer, and if you fall in that, that's like a KO. And like the platforms are like various balconies of buildings still standing. It's really and there's like fires raging. Have it like really sell the abandoned zombie ridden city idea.
Mhm.
I think that'd be neat. Also, for the meat costume, I have a very specific suggestion. Put Albert Wesker as Gunner. I don't know why that would be really cool. He's looking like a trench coat. And he has like cool sunglasses. I think that fuck onto me. I'm really basic on this one. And for like the music, you could pull from so many things for like remixes and even originals. Revelations, sure. Code Veronica, why not? The fucking Umbrella Chronicles, yeah, sure. Resident Evil Survivor, why the hell not? You can basically pull everything. And Spirits, you have so many options because there's just so many characters in this damn series. Like, holy shit, there's so many. A lot of options. And also, you would have to do some mild censorship so he's not like blowing your face off all the time. But also, a lot of it's supposed to be like kicking, doing flips and stuff like that because he's a very acrobatic guy. He can fuck your shit up. Maybe some of his attacks you can like have like an axe and like have go onto the character's head like to do an axe flip, but it doesn't actually do any physical bodily harm. It just looks like it's going to. Maybe you have that used like the reveal trailer, kind of like the Sephiroth stabbing fake out, where it looks like it's like put like a fucking helm splitter right into Mario or something. They just hit like a rock behind him or something. That'd be really funny. Just repeat the bit. You got to repeat the bit. That makes it funnier. Anyway, that one's really topical, and I only really picked it because A, we need horror guys, and there's not many other options. Two,
Hmm.
Capcom only has only has like two fighters, which is kind of weird. They would have like three. It's going to be either Leon or Phoenix Wright if they get another one. And God love Phoenix Wright. He should also probably get in because visual novels need a rep of some sort. But Leon is simply just cooler.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's my final one, other than my backup one, which I might go over here in a minute too, just for the sake of it, because I kind of thought that one out a bit too, and it's also a bit of a deep cut. Not a deep cut, but like as far as like gaming icons go, it's a bit out there.
Mhm.
All right, I will now cede the floor to you for your fifth one. That was my last one, other than the backup one.
Okay. This is a character that has unironically already been mentioned in this episode. And I asked myself, what character that could get into Smash would lead to a reaction online similar to Sora? Because honestly, I did this in the order that I think would like make the most sense. So like you start with
Like to be
Deltarune.
revealed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
So like this
Okay.
would be like the final reveal of the fighter past. And like, characters that would have the same reaction as Sora. And you know who would unironically have the same reaction as Sora?
Is it Jonesy?
It's Goku. It's unironically
Yeah.
Goku.
Okay. Okay. I'd be stretching the rules a little bit, but I think as a one-time thing.
They
I mean,
have
he has a
video
lot of video
games.
games, and
Yeah,
it's like if it's
Dragon
like a
Ball
one-time
Kakarot.
thing,
Yeah.
then yeah, sure, why not? Okay, give me the pitch. Give me the pitch.
It's just Goku and the internet breaks. That's the
I
pitch.
mean, yeah, but you gotta go over the fighter. I don't. I've not watched Dragon Ball. I don't know anything about Dragon
Okay, okay,
Ball.
okay, okay, okay. So,
You gotta give me
obviously,
the pitch here.
I mean, it'd be basically just like standard martial arts stuff, but you would
It
have
is
this.
Goku. I know who
Yeah.
Goku is. Also, one of the alts should be the Dipweed from Dragon Ball Evolution because I know that
Mhm.
movie is hated. And I think it'd be really funny.
No,
Anyway, continue.
it's very similar to just like martial arts stuff. I think what would be really cool. I mean you have your Kamehameha, your
Yeah,
charge,
of
but something that I
course.
think would be cool for the final smash specifically is if kind of similar to some of the other like DLC characters. I want to say Ken and Ryu have this. And maybe
Different smashes depending how close or far away you are. Is that what you mean?
yes, but, like, kind of different. So, basically, like, there's different versions of, like, Goku. Like, you have your Super Saiyan
Right.
Goku, Super Saiyan 2, not Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, all different
Not
Gokus.
confusing at all.
So, my thing is, like, what if you had, like, different button combinations or different, like, facing direction of your, control
Stick.
stick? What if that translated to different versions of Goku for the final smash? And I think that would be kind of cool. I mean, it would be kind of like
Be
the same
awesome.
concept, like in terms of like the attack. It would be slightly different, kind of based on which one you choose. But there's too many versions I think that they shouldn't be represented in some way.
Right.
So I think that would be kind of cool. And for the stage, I'm thinking it would just be like basically just Capsule Corp, like, the town. Oh my god, I'm, like, such a fake fan.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm, like, blanking on the name of it, or you just have, like, the Xenoverse home base, basically, because they did play
No, but
Xenoverse too, but
you can have a lot of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I think
Okay.
Goku would break the internet, and that's what I was aiming for with my last pick, was someone who would just, like, light the internet on fire. I was stuck between Jonesy and Goku, quite honestly, so like, you were kinda close, like, I really did
Oh
was like
god.
I almost picked Jonesy, and I was like, "I really don't want any Fortnite rep in here either," so I went with
That would
Goku.
probably kill people. People would actually die.
But
Okay.
yeah, in terms of, like, alt skins, I think you could honestly just have, like, if you stick with, like, a certain, like, select few, for, like, the final smashes, you could easily just, like, be like, "Oh, like, Gohan is a skin, and Vegeta is a skin," and, like, have those 2, like, kind of like the Louis of,
Oh my god.
Goku. But, like, you could also just have different, like, tunic colors depending on
Fuck it. Vegito Echo Fighter. Why not?
yeah, why not? Or maybe you
For
just
free.
have
Here, have a bone. Here, have a bone.
yeah, just have, like, a bonus, Vegeta bonus. So,
All
yes.
right. That's a very good last pick.
Goku-san
Mind if
tweet.
I go over my extra one? Because I also thought way too much about that. And I just
Mm,
want to talk about it because I have it. I guess I get a bonus one. All right. You know what I'm a really big fan of, Lauren?
mm.
Danish people and murder. Now,
Okay.
you may be wondering, what does that have to do with anything? Well, that's because my last pick is a very well known assassin from a stealth video game series. Agent 47 enters the stage. Now, hear me out on this one, because Hitman is a series that is a smaller series, but it has a very dedicated fan base. I'll tell you what, and I've been playing World of Assassination for the first time recently, and it's really good. And so I thought, okay, how can you make a moveset for that isn't just a guy with a gun? Because people would think, oh, it's just a guy with a gun, right?
Mhm,
All right, so
mhm,
here's my pitch. Have them be a character that revolves around traps, or you're baiting the opponent, and then you have like a thing capture them and lock them in place where you can like run up, and then you have to do like command grabs. That's be like the main gimmick, right?
mm,
And if you like shield and press B, like a little HUD will pop up, kind of like the menu for the hero. Yeah, like when you like pull up like various moves you can do, kind of like that. I was like using the stuff you use like summon the crafting table as Steve. So like what you do is like you let you summon 6 different things you can use. It can be like the explosive rubber duck of fame. You can like set up like a poison vial that you can like throw that like if they go over it they like get poisoned, stuff like that. You got like a bear trap. I don't even know if that's been in a Hitman game, but fuck it, bear trap.
mhm.
Stuff like that. And for his moveset, you have like so many fucking weapons that you can like basically just go wild with it if you really wanted to. You have like basic assassin stuff, and you got the fiber wire for like grabbing. You can do knives and stuff like that. And then for like your smash attacks, you can use like a tranquilizer dart for like the down smash where you trank an opponent and then you can go hit him with like the big old suitcase you can carry around. Just smack them. Something like that. Of course, for some other attacks, you have like a crowbar, right?
Yeah.
For one of them, you can use a fucking fish, just like an actual fish to slap him, because that's like a thing in the game that's like very well liked. Yeah, you can just pick up a fish, smack a guy with it, and knock him unconscious in the game. This is a real thing. Just give him like the fish, have one of them be like throwing like really stale hard muffins because that's like another item that people really like from the new ones. And for like the special attack, for the neutral special, gun obviously. For a side special, like throws a suitcase like you can in the game, where it's like one of those square suitcases, but it's like on its side, and then you just chuck it and it like spins right out the opponent. It's like homing for some reason. It's really fun to use. Make that the side special. Up special, he can like be it can be him like entering like a sewer like a sewage manhole and then he exit from one above him because that's like a very easy way to exit and enter. And then for like, down special, you have tranquilizer because you trank a guy, you know. Yeah, for the traps, do stuff like that. Also, you can use like a car bomb just put like on the stage there'll be like a random car or something, or like you can make a few cars all over the stage and one of them will randomly have like a car bomb that if you get too close it blows up on you. You have stuff like that. You can like do it like the same with like a power box where you throw like a bunch of electric wires around like water puddles, and one of them is like secretly fucked up, so if you touch it you get zapped. Stuff like that. Then for this final smash, very simple. You disappear, you get an opponent in range, pistol, put it to the back of their head, fire, instant KO for whoever it hits. Just instant, you're dead, you're gone. You got shot in the fucking head. That's the final smash. For the alternate costumes, you can use like a bunch of weird stuff from the game. Like you can have like the fucking pink flamingo mascot designs from the Miami stage or Hitman 2. Different suits like the red tie, white suit from Blood Money. You can have the low poly one from like the first game. You can disguise like a janitor or a cop or fucking Santa Claus, a clown outfit. Why not? You got a lot of options for skins. They're basically all alts in a way, but they're all just him in really fuck ass costumes. Also, for his taunts, you can like throw like a coin backwards. You can use coins to distract guards by making like throwing it. They hear and they go to investigate, so you can sneak past them guarding whatever they're guarding. Stuff like that. And finally, the stage, you have a lot of options, but I think you could just do ICA headquarters. That's like a pretty well established location. And they got like the fake training sets they got there, and like the new one. You gotta just have it set there or something. I think that'd be really cool. And finally, one last detail that you need to have, or it's not Hitman. When you win a fight and it goes to the ending screen, instead of the announcer, it's Diana Burnwood in your earpiece saying, "Good work, 47. Now try and locate an exit." Because she says that in every game when you get all your targets done and you're not caught. It's such an iconic voice that I think it fit perfectly. That was my bonus one. I wasn't gonna use it, but figured we might as well mention it because I thought way too much about it. It'd be really nice. I think you could do it in like a way. The snake has like a lot of traps. It'd basically be like that on steroids.
Right.
I think it'd be really cool. That's my final one. Do we have any final thoughts? Just anything else we'd want to say? Do you have any like random echo ideas you'd want to throw in as like a fucking bonus or weird ass me costumes? Anything like that on the top of your head?
Hmm. Some sort of Professor Lavenson content send tweet.
Of course. Why you're so fucking predictable. I have like some random ones like make Master Chief a meat costume, bring back make another Geno meat costume just to piss everyone off. So ones from like other DLCs that like didn't get one. Like why can't I have like Gruntilda as like an outfit or something from like Banjo? Why don't I have a meat costume that makes me look like fucking I don't know Makoto from Persona 3? Stuff like that. Just throw it in. I think that'd be a nice bonus. You could do a lot of meat costumes for current ones that we just proposed too. Like, for example, Deltarune, you could have one that just makes you look like fucking Birdly. Just put Birdly as a Mii costume. That'd be really funny. It's fucking Birdly. Stuff like that. I think that'd be fun. Echo Fighters, I have like two actual suggestions on this.
Ooh.
They're like both kind of self-explanatory, but I think they'd be fun to throw in. Okay, first of all, and this is the weird one because it makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but why? For Joker, yeah, Joker, add like make like fucking I don't know a catchy an Echo Fighter. Why not? We need more bad guys. And also, people seem to like him for some reason, and everyone who doesn't like him gets to beat the shit out of him. It's a fair compromise. You just have to reskin some stuff, have some slight differences, stuff like that. You could do that for a lot of guys. For like Bowser, add like Dry Bowser or something, or like Shadow Bowser from the end of Bowser's Inside Story with like Thoughtful in it, like the Dark Star, stuff like that. You can do like a lot with Echo Fighters. I think that's like we should do like a whole episode on Echo Fighters. You can like, there's so many if you like sit down and think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think an entire DLC that's like 20 Echo Fighters or whatever, and people would buy that shit. I'm so serious. Any closing thoughts or anything just unrelated that's on your mind that you want to talk about? Because that's our main topic, Todd. That was really fun to do. We should do more stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a lot of
I
fun.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Uh, I love writing stuff. I love making shit up. I like brainstorming, just making shit up that's not real, but it's like, yeah, sure, why not? And then you talk to
Right.
people about it, and it's like, damn, well, you guys are smart. Um, and I guess another one, just like an oddball. I don't really have any details on it, but like, they should have like, they gotta have a. There's gonna be like a new 3D Mario at some point, right? We know the DK thing was maybe like a split off of that original Odyssey team.
Yeah, yeah.
So just add like someone from that new one. It's been a while since we got like a Mario rep that wasn't like ancient ass old. Like I think the newest character from that series to actually have a rep is like Rosalina, and that's from a Wii game that came out when I was like 4. It was Mario Galaxy 2009 or 2008?
Oh, I thought it was 2008, but let me check. It might have been
Or is it
2000.
2007?
It might have been 2007. Hold on.
I'm thinking
Mario.
2008.
Wow, 2007.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. The last one from that series came out in a game that came out when I was 2 years old. So like, they need something new. And unless they want to go into like the weird ass RPG segment thing, just put someone from like the new game in, because no one from like Odyssey really works. That game's
Mm.
like 8 years old. It's gonna be 9 years old at the end of this year. That's weird to say. The game feels like it came out 2 weeks ago. Um, so whatever the new Mario game is, they should just put someone in. Also obligatory. Other third parties that would be cool. FPS doesn't have stuff. Rayman could also be a cool go shit a Scrimblow Bimbo.
Mhm.
RPG guys, you got a lot of new RPG series you can really pull from that have come into their own in recent years. If you just want to add them, even on the third party end, even if you want to go like really fucking niche, add like some really niche pick that nobody even thought of. And that's like the best reveal where it's like, are you serious? Why the fuck they add this guy? Someone you didn't expect. Kind of like Ice Climbers. No, they made Ice Climbers like a full ass moveset
Yeah.
of one NES games. And maybe not like a retro fighter, but just something like something that's like a really niche series or something like that. Maybe even like a third party niche series. Just grab them up, see what happens. You also have so many indie game options. Yeah, Udin, that's true. And the first party one too, but I mean more niche than that, to be very clear. I mean someone that even the diehard guys might not have heard of. Extremely niche.
Would you like to know a fun fact I just learned? It is Nintendo related, I promise. Actually, you know what? You can just guess. What
I'm scared.
what game did Nintendo EAD Tokyo develop right before the release and development of Super Mario Galaxy?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be so real with you.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
Really?
Yes. Going from that game to Super Mario Galaxy is like a total 180, and I just thought that was very funny.
That is crazy.
like insane. Anyway, sorry. I just was like, I gotta get that out there.
That's fucking insane. Well, but I don't even know what to say about that. That's just like a weird man. There's a lot of games like that. Just like you know, it's like, well, how the fuck they go from this to making this next? That makes no sense. It's like how actually, you know what? Did you see the fucking IGN graphic that they put up today about the Nintendo lawsuit over the tariff things?
I did
Did you see
not.
that?
Should I check?
Let me just send it to you because they made a January 64 graphic.
Oh my god.
That's crazy work. For anyone wondering what this is like a vocal, maybe throw it up in the video on the editor if you're on YouTube or whatever. This is a video. This is an image of like the Smash 4 key art with all the characters and they're like charging at the U.S. Capitol building. Oh, that's crazy work. Oh my god, that's wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, it sounds so crazy. That's like a thing happening. Like, man, the last 2 weeks have been weird. Yeah, we're with Iran. Nintendo is suing the U.S. government over tariffs, and specifically, my former governor is listed as like one of the people they're suing because that's the Homeland Security border stuff. That's all under that. Also, she got fired like literally a day before. This whole 2 weeks has been stupid. And meanwhile, no Nintendo Direct yet. Or was on March 7th. No Nintendo Direct yet
The
of the year.
craziest sentence of all time that I had to read yesterday from you is Nintendo is suing your boss. And it be 100% true.
Yeah, they are suing your boss
They are suing
by
my boss.
proxy. By retrospect of your boss being a U.S. cabinet secretary. Yes, it is true.
But like
It's very
theoretically,
true.
to be clear, like he's not technically like I don't directly report to him, but if you go high enough, that
Yes,
is.
that is. I mean, technically, the president is your boss as well by that metric.
Oh
We don't talk
God,
about
I
that.
don't know. But
We don't think
anyway,
about that.
I don't
I mean,
want to
hey,
think about that.
look. The cabinet side and the president themselves both have ties to Epstein. So hey, it's not. It can't get much worse. Anyway, yeah, this was fun. We should do more stuff like this. Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts? Because I have closing thoughts, but I just want to see if you have anything first.
Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Pokopia on my Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Thank you, Reggie Fils-Aimé. Welcome back. Um, and now, I will say my adieu while Lauren goes play more Pokepia on the Nintendo Switch 2. Just accidentally rhyme. That's not really a crime, but I have one more thing to say before we say adieu. There's a lot more Smash characters you could add. There's frankly Infinite that you could add to that video game. It's a big crossover fighter. If you have any more, please let us know in the comments or the replies or at me on Twitter or Lauren on Twitter, I guess. Go bother her. She deserves it. Uh, anyway, before we go, I just want to say we do know there could be more Smash characters. There could be so many more. For example, you could have Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White, Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight, Benito Mussolini and the Blue Meanie, and Cowboy Curtis and John B. the Genie, Robocop the Terminator, Captain Kirk and Darth Vader, Lopan, Superman, every single Power Ranger, Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan, the Spock, the Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan. All of them can come true if you believe enough.